Magic coffee table. Have you ever heard of the magic coffee table? It's this hilarious concept where a guy believes that if he leaves a dirty mug or a piece of trash on the living room table, it just magically disappears by morning. He doesn't know how it happens. We laugh at that, but the truth is, most of us have a magic coffee table running in our lives right now. Maybe for you, it's the fact that the groceries are always stocked. Maybe it's that the Wi-Fi bill is always paid. The car always has gas. Or at work, the client presentation are always perfectly formatted before you even open the file. We don't see the magic. We just enjoy the results. But the truth is, there is no magic. There is only invisible labor. And today, we are talking about what happens when the magic stops and we are finally forced to see the person who has been holding up our world. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's the role effect. We talk love, we talk faith. God first, couple.
Welcome everybody to the Role Effect Podcast. Once again, another great episode. I'm your host Milton, and this is
Felicia.
the lovely Felicia.
Hi guys.
What's happening?
Hi guys. Thank you. Welcome and welcome back to those who join us weekly for our podcast and that follows us on Just Us, Milton and Felicia, on Sunday. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. So we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna dive into it.
Can they handle it?
I think they can handle that.
Okay.
So before we do, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Get us a thumbs up and hit the bell to be notified when any of our content comes out.
Absolutely.
So just click that bell, and when we upload a video, they will send you a notification. So, just hit the bell for notifications and all the things, right?
Right.
Okay, so if you notice in our intro, we were talking about the magic coffee table. And right here we have our little area. We have our coffee.
Cheers.
And we have our table. Just a little something, a little different today. A little Scooby snack about our episode tonight. So it's interesting, you guys, because this episode came because, and I'll tell you the story of that. And I thought it was interesting to just talk about this a little bit because I think this is something we don't always think about. So our title tonight is The Relationship Focus, the Magic Coffee Table. Are you blind to their labor? Are you blind to their labor? And so what we're talking about is operational blindness.
Yeah, this seems like it's going to take some twists and turns with this
Operational blindness, where you only notice when there's a problem and not when things are just running smoothly. Operational blindness, where you only notice when things go wrong.
When the alarm is sounded.
Yes, instead of when things are running smoothly. So I'm gonna start, you guys, with my story. So this last week was my birthday week.
Happy belated. Shout out to all the Geminis out there.
Yes. So it was my birthday, right? And so because hubby had to work, we decided to do a staycation. And let me just tell you in advance the reason why this came up is because normally when we take vacations, we go anywhere, Milton is the one who just kind of make that happen. So he usually look at hotels. He usually got everything unlocked. He handles everything from the room to the luggage to the everything. He does everything. So I don't do anything. I'm the little princess.
I was gonna say, one might say, what part of it you do?
The part that I do is once we get in the room, right? I take care of the room part. You know, we like to take our own linen and all the things and like to clean it and wipe it down and make sure all is well. That's my part.
You may have to do an episode on that too, because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, maybe. But that's my part. That's what I do, right? While he gone to take the car or whatever he does, I make sure the room is good, wipe everything down, put the linen on the bed, and just kind of get it ready for us, right?
She do that.
Yes.
And
so
don't want me to show up quick back either.
No, because he's going to get annoyed by the smell of the Clorox or the Lysol, whatever. He's like, it's too much. But anyways, we're just trying to sanitize the place.
Right.
So, with that being said, this time, Milton had no part in picking hotels and doing the whole thing, right? So I'm like, it's my birthday week. I want to do what I want to do. If I'm doing a staycation, I want to pick the hotel that I want to stay in. I want to do all the things. Now, I don't think we ever stayed in a Hyatt before.
I don't think so.
We never stayed in a Hyatt before, but in my search, I saw this particular hotel, and I was like, it's in the area that I want to be in, and the hotel looks nice. Let's do this. So I booked the hotel, right? I booked the hotel, and it's time to go. So Milton is at work because, again, it's a staycation, so he's still going to be working while we're there. We're just going to be in another area in North Carolina. We're going to be in another area. And so I have him load the car the morning of me going, and I was initially going to wait for him. But when he said, I haven't packed yet, I got to take a shower, I got to do all that, and I'm like, I'm ready to get this party started right now.
No, I think I packed. I just had some other stuff to do with work and come in here for a couple hours. So
Okay, but
you was ready.
Be there, that as it may.
She was ready.
I was ready to get this party started, okay? So I was like, hey, babe, I saw him, in passing. I'm like, babe, I'm going to go ahead to the room, and then once you get done with everything, then you can come. But I'm going now. So he was like, okay, which was odd because normally I don't do that. So I'm trying to put the address in GP and the navigational system, and I can't. It's not recognizing the hotel. It's not recognizing anything. So I end up having to put it on my phone. And so I got it on my phone, and it's of course coming through the Bluetooth, so I still hear the speaker, whatever. So I'm going, and it takes me, I think I know where it is, but I don't, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go GPS, because GPS have a way of taking you the shortest routes and to avoid delays in traffic and all the things. So I'm like, okay, I'll just follow the GPS. Now, let me preface this by saying, I don't drive when it comes to going on these trips and stuff like that. I am the passenger seat rider. That's who I am. But now I am the driver, you guys. Uptown Charlotte, I don't drive Uptown Charlotte because Uptown Charlotte has all these one-way streets and all this stuff. I don't feel like it. I just need to be a passenger. Well, this particular day, I gotta drive. So I gotta follow these directions, and the roads are going like, you gotta cross over here, and these cars are coming here, and I'm like, this is just causing anxiety, I go off the exit, it's taking me on the expressway, then it's taking me uptown Charlotte, and then it's, turn right and turn immediately left. And I'm like, okay, I'm turning immediately left. Now this is where the anxiety kick in, you guys. Because you can turn left and go up, turn left.
A regular left. This was a hook left.
But this is like a U-turn. It's like a U-turn. So I'm like thinking, why does it say make a U-turn at the light instead of like an immediate left. So I didn't know whether I was going the right way when I did the U-turn, right? And I'm like, and I actually was just following the other cars because I was like, I'm just gonna follow them this way. And if I'm going wrong, it'll tell me, okay, recalculating, and they're gonna tell me how to get back on track. But when it didn't, then say take a left at the right, I was like, okay, I did that right. So I'm going and driving and everything, and I'm like, wait, I need to look at the phone when I'm at the light because I need to know whether I'm going to take a left in about 5 miles or a right so I can be in the right lane because there's traffic and I'm not familiar with this area.
And they're not very nice to
let you
very
over. Nice.
So you got to be a NASCAR driver, and the way they constructed the different highways and byways and the streets, for y'all that know, it's almost suicidal going downtown trying to exit off something because these people be flying like crazy. So anxiety will kick in for a regular person. I'm on the road every day, and I don't have the anxiety, but I'm a NASCAR driver. So if you're not, it's gonna be a situation
pretty crazy. So I needless to say, I get to my destination, right? I get to my destination, and so I see the hotel, but I don't see the parking because there's a lot of like restaurants and different things right there. And I'm like, this is kind of congested. It's a congested area when everybody is trying to check in a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So as I'm riding through, I pass the hotel because I'm like, well, maybe the parking for the customers are, straight down. Well, no, the sign said for employees only. So I'm like, well, where am I supposed to park? So then I U-turn, come back to the hotel, and I pull by the valet. Now, you guys, if Milton wasn't with me and I was doing a staycation by myself, I promise you on everything I love, I would have been doing valet. I'm like, get my stuff, bring my car when I ask for it. I would have been doing that. But since Milton was coming, I said, well, I can do this self-parking and the free parking, whatever. So I pull up to the valet, and I say, excuse me, can you tell me where we self-park? And he said, oh, it's in the garage down there. You see down there? And I'm like, I see it, and I'm like, I gotta go to the parking garage? And I'm like thinking, okay. I said, but can I go check into the hotel and take my luggage up first? And he said, sure, you can do that. Just pull right here and just park right there. I'm like, cool, this is great. So I go check in. All that runs very smoothly. And then as I'm turning away, I go, wait, I got to get my bags. So then I get the cart, bring the cart out to the cart, and I'm like taking my luggage off, taking my luggage and everything off. And then I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. I start going towards the elevator. And I can't get the cart on the elevator. And I'm just like pushing and trying to pull it through. I can't get it on the elevator. It's trying to close. I'm trying to keep it open. It was just a hot mess. So a guy saw me and he said, I can help you with that. And he pushed it in for me. I was like, thank you so much. Thank you. So I pull it in, you guys. Now, listen. I get on the elevator and I hit our floor and the elevator does nothing. And I'm like, why the elevator's not moving? Oh Lord, the elevator broke. I'm like, it must be broke. I'm getting stuck on the elevator. And then I'm like, why is it not moving? So I open it up and I don't see anybody. And it was a couple, the one who helped me on the elevator. They was gone and they had a cart too. So I'm like, well, obviously it's not broken. So then I go back on the elevator. I don't get off. I just kind of peep. And I hit the thing again. And I'm like, Lord, what is wrong? What, the elevator is not moving. And he was like, duh, ding, 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 ding. You need your room key to hit the pad in order to go up. Now, again, this is nothing that I do, y'all. I don't do it. I don't even I have a key. But I never use the key because Milton always have the key to the room. So it's nothing that I do. I don't do it. God. And so I'm like, okay, Felicia, hit the key. I go up to the floor. Get up to the floor. Now I gotta pull this thing off the elevator. I pull it off the elevator, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta try to find the room. Go find the room, and get to the room, and trying to get the thing into the door without the door shutting because they got a little hump at the door, and I'm trying to pull it, and I can't get the doggone thing in the room. I finally get it in and unload the things. And then I have to breathe.
Feel like a workout.
It's a workout. And I gotta breathe for a second because now I gotta take this thing back down so that someone else can use it. So I go back down, take it, park it back where I got it from, and then it was like, duh, you need to go move your car.
You almost forgot that too?
You're not done. You are not done. Now you have to go take this car to the parking garage. Y'all, I don't go to the parking garage by myself. So now I'm like, oh, Lord, I gotta go take the car to the parking garage. And so when I was coming back, the valet guy, he said, okay, you, it's right over there. He said, now you may not find space on the first level. You might have to go to the second level. And I'm thinking, I gotta go to the second level? Like, okay. So I go into the parking garage, and I'm like, oh, please let it be something on the first floor. Nothing. I go to the second, and then there's like a parking space because God was like, let me have mercy on her and give her a parking space right by the garage. And I'm sorry, right by the elevator, so I can go down and be out of here. So I go to the elevator, and I like hit the first floor. I hit the first floor, and it comes up, and I'm like, this is not the thing. I'm like, I was on 2. I'm like, what? Duh. Hit 0, girl. You gotta go to the bottom. To the ground floor. You gotta go to the ground. And then I'm like, okay, oh my God. So I go back on there. I hit the 0, go to the thing, walk back across to the hotel, and get in the room. And I'm like, let me fall out on the bed and just woos off for a second and be like, oh my goodness. So in all of that, I call Milton to tell him I realize I am very well taken care of. Like, I am so well taken care of that I don't even see the magic. I don't see the magic happening because it just constantly runs smoothly. And so it's not as if that I'm taking it for granted. It's just that our brains are kind of hardwired to notice like
the faults,
friction instead of flow. Right. And for friction and flow, can you explain friction and flow to our people?
Well, I I'm a geek kind of guy, but when it comes to friction, that's like resistance in electronics, and flow is like current that flows. The resistance stops that flow. So the more current you got, the less resistance you got, the better things flow. Right. Because you don't have the resistance.
Right. So, but it's crazy that our brains are hardwired to only recognize friction. Right. Like when you got to be on this grind, but you finding all these obstacles, that causes you to be, have anxiety, be upset about a situation, all that. Our brains are hardwired to do that. That's why when we try to be in our peace and our try to live with good energy, it takes you being intentional. Right. Because your brain is not wired to be intentional, to have peace, to do all the things. It's something that you have to intentionally do every single day. Right.
You have to work toward peace. And you have to work toward flow. Right. If you don't do that, then the resistance and hell come.
Right. Absolutely. So we don't take things for granted because we are ungrateful. Again, we take them for granted because our brains are hardwired to notice friction, not flow. When someone does something perfectly, it creates a lack of friction, making the effort invisible. The magic coffee table effect introduced the idea that things just happen in a household. Trash empty, bills paid without registering the physical effort of the other person. Stepping into Milton's shoes,
help you realize some
it's
things,
about
right?
experiencing the load they carry with daily activities or monthly activities or whenever you go off.
Right.
So gratitude shouldn't be reactive. It should be proactive. It's like, let me recognize what he does all the time, not just when it goes wrong.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
If we only gave feedback when things are wrong, we accidentally penalize our best, most consistent people by making them feel unseen.
Ooh, that's a word by itself.
By making them feel unseen. It's not that I'm ungrateful for what he does. It's just because it's done and I don't have to think about it.
Right.
Then it's like it's invisible. Right. It's that invisible blindness because things just move. It's like when bills are just paid and the food it's just stocked in the refrigerator. Our kids don't get to feel the friction for us when we're having to grind for the money and make sure the food is there. It just magically appears in the cabinet. It just magically appears that the Wi-Fi is on and you can still be on your phone. It just magically, it's just there. And you're not thinking about it because it just flows. It just flows. And so you don't think about it. And you can take that in the job area as well. As an office manager, things are just there. Things are stocked. You get paid when check comes.
Right.
You know, your handheld is running perfectly.
Right.
You don't see the labor behind it because it's always working. It's flowing. But you don't see the resistance sometimes when the computer shuts down and I gotta restart it and I gotta figure it out and I gotta play IT even though I don't get paid for IT work. I gotta do that stuff. You don't see the friction in none of that. You just see it flowing perfectly. And it's not, again, that people are ungrateful. It's just an operational blindness. You don't see it.
That's good.
Right?
That's so good. So we need to concentrate more on the behind the scenes effort.
Yes.
That keeps everything flowing.
Yes.
If you did that, then you can give gratitude. You can say, you know what, because of you, I mean, you do this effortlessly for years and I don't really think about it. It's foreign, just like your thing that you went to.
Yeah.
And it's normal for me to be there doing it.
Yeah.
So you don't really recognize it until it's an interruption.
Until there's until I'm in your shoe.
Well, it was an interruption.
I'm in your shoes
right.
doing what you normally do, and I'm thinking, man, he gotta do all this. Like, this a lot.
Look, every time compared to your one time for 30-something years.
Right. Like, this is not what I do.
Right.
And so I'm like thinking, oh my goodness, like, I go in the house and sit down, and he brings in the luggage. I don't bring in no luggage. I don't take him up the stairs. I don't do any of that stuff. And so I was like, man, like, it's not that I take him for granted. It's just that it's unseen. And just like I was telling him, like, you know, when I think I shared before, I always wanted Milton to be able to come home to a house that is peaceful. That is something that is practiced. That is not something he just automatically gets.
Right.
He gets that because I constantly strive to work on that to make it where I'm not nagging about this situation, that situation, fussing about this, and so when he walks in the door, it's peaceful. It's and it just doesn't magically appear. It's hard work on my end doing that to make sure that I do that on a consistent basis.
You make it a norm, and then you make it peaceful and flow.
I make it flow.
And I have to recognize to say, and I do, because I mentioned that a few times about, wow, compared to this relationship and this relationship, I am so glad that my relationship, that sounds foreign to me.
Yeah.
Because what y'all going through, I ain't never heard of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that takes work. And you
Yeah.
have to work at the peace and the flow, or you can work at the resistance and the hell. It's only one way or that way.
Hey,
which way you want.
Which way you want it.
So-
which way you want to do this thing. So it is very important to like just try to recognize those things so that it can flow
Right.
easily.
And you have peace, and you also give back to that person
Yes.
to let them know that you see them.
I see you. I see you.
You know?
And so that leads us into this. Thank you for that segue, babe. Thank you so much. So that leads
That's how it
into
flows. You know, that's the flow.
auditing your invisible support. One is look for areas that's running smoothly and who's running it.
Ooh.
Like audit yourself. Look at areas in your life, in your home, in your job, and see how it's running smoothly and who is doing it.
Ooh. That's good.
Who's
man.
doing it?
Because with that, you can change things.
Absolutely. Thank you for that segue.
It just flows
So
that way.
step 2, say thank you for the specific areas. So not saying thank you as if you just received a gift and you saying, oh babe, thank you for getting me this gift. I got a gift at work today for my office assistant, and she was just in this little cute little flower. And I said, oh, you did me wrong because she got me a flower and I don't have a green thumb. And so I'm like, now I got to try to take her this flower because you don't gave me this flower. And so I told her, I said, you doing me wrong because somebody gave her a flower for graduation and it's on her desk and she's trying to figure out how to keep it growing. And I said, oh, so you want to do me the same way. So now I got to see how to do this thing. But it was perfectly all organized. It had like gift cards and little things that I eat and stuff. It was very thoughtful, and just the words on her card was so thoughtful. And I was like, this is so awesome for people to think about you. And what she said is, I appreciate you. I love and appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to work here. Right. And when I didn't think you was going to give it to me, you gave it to me. Thank you for doing that. And I just felt so good because sometimes you want to be seen.
Right. And you should give back that way.
Yeah.
It ain't got to be monetary, but just show appreciation.
Absolutely. Thank you. And the third thing, you guys, you got step 1, 2, and 3. Step 3 is role reversal. If that person walked away, what 5 things would just collapse? Now go and appreciate them for that. So if you walked away, if I walked away from you, what 5 things? What 5 things would collapse? What 5 things would collapse? And then I would need you to appreciate every last one of those things. Can you name any?
Well, I think you do a great job of how to show appreciation and how to express love better than me. I love that. How to have a quiet spirit. That's all of that. I have to struggle with. How to relate with people, different situations. That is, I mean, I could, but you do that better as well. And what else would I say? Just how to love harder. Yeah.
Okay. So now I need you to work on appreciating me for all those things.
Yeah.
Not being reactive, but proactive.
Right.
You know, show how much you appreciate those 5 things. So like for Milton, my 5 would be what would collapse probably, trips, You know, I
You
don't
gonna
know.
have somebody to carry
I'm gonna
the
have
bags.
I'm gonna have to pay. I'm gonna have to pay for valet drivers,
The
and
whole trip.
I'm gonna have to get an Uber, and I'm gonna have to get Uber Black because I
Oh,
can't just
Uber
ride
Black.
in the Uber.
Okay.
I gotta be an Uber Black. You know, I gotta have the the upper
Yeah.
thing. I gotta flow
They're
like
gonna
that.
serve you some
So
coffee.
yeah, they're gonna serve me some coffee and do all the things. So I'm gonna have to. First of all, it's gonna be the trips. It's gonna collapse, you guys, because I that's not what I do. I think that the safety, the protection is going to collapse. I know my Heavenly Father takes care of me all the time, and I am very well aware of that. But the safety and the protection that He provides, my earthly husband provides
In the physical.
physical, is it probably is going to collapse. And you know, my son's going to have to step up, and daughter and all things. You know, and provide that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, you know, my husband does the cooking very well.
Oh Lord.
And so that's gonna collapse because I don't want to go in the kitchen. So that means I'm gonna be eating takeout food and stuff.
Oh no.
And then that ain't gonna be good. That's
No.
not gonna be good for me to be eating takeout food. So that's
Mm-mm.
gonna collapse.
Mm-mm.
You know, my husband go fill up the car, take care of the maintenance on the car, do all the things that's gonna collapse. Then I gotta pay somebody to do all that stuff.
Well,
you know?
I tried to show you a couple times.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's gonna collapse, you know. And then, you know, financially, he makes more money than I do. And then if that go away, then, you know, like, I don't know how to Wi-Fi. You know, the kids ain't know how to Wi-Fi.
They don't need Wi-Fi.
Grandkids ain't gonna have Wi-Fi or nothing like that.
They gonna
You know,
lose
the
their
baby
mind.
snack. The
Well-
baby snacks.
well,
They don't have the snacks.
The grandkids are working now, so they can at least pay for the
The
Wi-Fi.
grandkid might Nemo
They
work
can
at
split the Wi-Fi.
Nemo work at the grocery store, so she might get us some snacks or something like that. But those, like, in all seriousness, those things will collapse. So I need to appreciate him for those things. Those things let me appreciate him. And I told him that day when he walked into that room, I said to him, babe, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, because it just opened my eyes to how we don't think about what a person does until we have to do it ourselves.
I can't see you taking the trash out though.
I took the trash
You
out
did
for
when
6 months
You
when you
did.
was
How was that?
It was terrible.
Oh my God!
It was
All it is
terrible.
Put
I didn't like it. I did not like
oh
it.
my God!
And I know there's a lot of independent women out here that does their thing and they
They
do
probably
it well.
She didn't like
They
that.
do it well, and I am not knocking you for that, but that's just not my area of expertise. And I would just like to stay in my position as the princess, the queen.
You would have to be an expert.
You know, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's what you
Oh
do.
my
It's
gosh.
what you do, and without effort,
Mm.
it flows.
Flow.
It flows,
Flow
and
it.
so.
Flow is what you want to know.
Flow is what you want. And so I am super happy about that. And so I just want to, you know, we just want to talk about that because I think it's important to recognize the people in your life that make things happen for you.
Mhm.
Even when you know, it's okay to say thank you when they do it,
Right.
but why not recognize them before that?
It is
And
better
say,
then.
you know what? I thought about, and be specific in that area of what you thought about, and say, hey, you know what? I thought that you're the reason why X, Y, and Z. And if you didn't do this, this would happen. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Try that this week and see how grateful and how seen people will feel, because sometimes people just need to know that you see them, that you recognize them, that you're not blind to the things that they do, and that you recognize that. And I try very hard to tell him, you know, my feelings, my thoughts and stuff all the time. But that day, it kind of opened my eyes to a whole lot of things, even just you know, when we're walking in the store and I buy something, how he grabs the bag out of my hand and takes it because, you know, he don't want me to walk around and hold it. Or when we're crossing the street, how he grabs my hand, like, because I want to protect you. I want to make sure you're safe. You know, that stuff it flows because he's not thinking about it. It's just what he does. And so I have to recognize, thank you, not only to him, but to God, because he loved me so much that he allowed this man to be in this space. And so I have to thank God for that as well. And so I think we need to just be thankful and grateful for people.
And vice versa. You know, you do a whole lot that I'm appreciative of.
Thank you.
And, you know, I thank God that I prayed you in.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. You did it, you know. So I have to protect what he brought to me. That's just part of the deal.
Yeah.
You know? So, but yeah, if you got praying grandmothers, mothers that done did stuff, you know, single parents, you need to really reflect on how hard that is, that they standing in for you. And then getting you from, you know, childhood to now. That's really all a parent has to do is get you from childhood to grown. That's a big appreciation by itself.
Yes, we was talking prior to recording, and we was talking about an episode on the Cosby Show where there was a situation with one of the kids, and the mom was just kind of read her and was saying, you know, you want to go out and do this because you know that we're gonna be here to catch you when you fall. And sometimes she said we do it so well you don't even know that we're doing it because we're your safety net.
Right.
And I'm like, that is what, you know, when we was children and our parents and grandparents was praying for us and we're out here in the streets doing whatever and this and the other, it just didn't magically happen. It's that the praying of our parents and our grandparents that was praying for our protection and our safety and was covering us every single day. Covering us every single day and still covers us every single day. It's the prayers of them that kept us and sustained us for all those times. It's not magic.
Right.
It's someone that you don't even see. That you don't see them with on their bended knees and their prayers and their tears to make sure that we're covered and make sure that we can have things, or how they gotta struggle and how they don't eat so you can eat. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see those things, but those things happen. It just don't magically happen. Someone is behind the scenes making it happen for you every single day. And you gotta give gratitude and be thankful for those people who's making it happen for you every single day. And parents don't do things because they have to. They do things because they love you and they want you to have a better life than they had themselves.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So you need to grasp that and then give appreciation, because again, they was in front of you and they brought you a long way through obstacles, and then some parents are still doing it when you're grown.
Absolutely.
Understand that.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you guys, that is our message for today. We want to just kind of talk about that because it was kind of funny when Milton came into the hotel room and we was talking about this situation, and I was like, oh my God, like,
I didn't know where it was going. I just know you looked overwhelmed for a second. I'm like, what? I done missed.
I know. It just was crazy. It was crazy. But it just made me think about these things. And so I want to leave you with a quote, though.
That was definitely good.
So the quote is, peace and stability are rarely an accident. They almost always are the result of someone else's quiet, consistent effort. Again, peace and stability are rarely an accident. They are almost always the result of someone else's quiet, consistent effort.
So that means somebody's always working very hard in the background
for your peace and your stability.
And it's kind of invisible, so it's up to you to recognize and peek through to understand what's going on a day-to-day basis.
Yes. It's always someone's effort to make it comfortable for you. Recognize that. Appreciate that.
All that.
Give people their flowers while they're still here to receive it. Right? Because they're working in the background for you all the time. So know that even when you don't like your job, or you having a hard time with your job, or whatever the situation is, there's somebody sitting at a board table trying to make sure that this place stay open so they can keep moving. You can keep getting paid. It's always someone working in the background that you don't even see, you don't even recognize, you don't think about. And we have to think about those things, like just be grateful and say thank you for whatever specifically they are contributing to your life. Right. Say thank you. Be grateful. Have gratitude. That's it.
That's it. That's good. That's good.
It.
That's good.
So you guys, that is our episode for this evening. We hope that you enjoy it. We went a little longer, but we want to make sure that we land the point. And so we want you to remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we come out with an episode. Because sometimes you guys, the system don't take like it should, and it kind of delays sometimes, and I gotta work a little harder. So if you hit that notification bell, you'll see it when we upload it.
Right.
We try to be on time a lot, but sometimes it just don't happen.
Life be life.
Life be life. And so just do that, and we will see you on Sunday at 3 p.m. for our Just As Milton and Felicia. Right. You will actually be getting my AM routine. So go check that out. If you didn't see my PM skincare routine, go look at that too. It's pretty amazing. You saw it?
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I might do a PM.
Oh, Lord. Hey, they want more than just water.
That's true. Cold water just ain't
right. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next time.
See ya.
Just a chance for the bond to stand tall. Ain't perfect, but we learning every step that we take. Cause in his hands ain't a bond he can't make.
No way, ain't no fake goals. Nah, we talk the real. Not just Instagram posts for the likes and feels. We talk growth, trust, building something.